Open up the window for you guys so you can hear it. And 3, 2, 1. All right, so in front of us, we've got our 2019 Golf GTI. It's been a while since I did a review video, but this is my personal car. And I wanted to say I waited a while before I went ahead and got this video done. Let's go ahead and give it a start. I specifically did not drive this car for about 2 weeks. That way, jumping back in it, it would feel a lot more fresh. I was dealing my Acura V6. It feels good to be back in this car. I took it out here to the canyons to give it a quick run and see how everything does. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Get that going there. Ooh, make sure this is in sport. Cool, all right. So sitting in the 2019 Golf GTI, there's a couple different things to note when it comes to this particular year and model. So this is the Mark 7.5. And for those of you who don't know, this is basically the facelift version of the car, and that is 2018 plus. This is a 2019. So what do you get? Basically, you'll get the Golf R brakes standard. So this car does have bigger or upgraded brakes from factory, which is always a good thing. And we also have the refreshed front end there with the grille and everything like that. Everything else is pretty much the same. I mean, you've got these nice chrome tips in the rear that are slightly larger from the previous non-facelift model. But other than that, pretty much same motor. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a quick push here. Guys, that is insane. 400 to the front tires. This thing was dyno tuned on full 85, and it's got basically a upgraded intake, a front mount intercooler, aftermarket downpipe, and stock exhaust system. That's pretty much it. Oh, and obviously it's got an upgraded turbocharger. Now this turbocharger that is on the vehicle right now, it is basically a Golf R spec turbo. So when I first got the car, again, speaking about those brakes, I felt like the brakes are pretty overkill for the amount of power that the car produced, in a good way. But now with this added turbocharger, I would say those brakes are adequate, and they still do a pretty good job at biting down. And I do get confidence coming, you know, in and out of corners if I do need to slow down pretty rapidly. It just wants to toss you into the next corner. It's insane. Oh man. And we're losing light here, but we are headed down. And coming into these corners, the car is very light and nimble, especially jumping from a 35 to 3700 Acura V6, jumping into this thing that just weighs right over 3,000 pounds curb weight. Well, that's with your full fluids and everything like that. It's a big difference. You can definitely notice it. Oh man. Yeah, it's something you can definitely notice. We've also got this pretty sick looking device here. This is the cobb, for you guys who don't know. And with this, I'm able to monitor a lot of different parameters, such as like boost pressure, PSI. I can check my IATs. I can see if there's any knocks in cylinders. There's a lot you can do with the cobb access port. And it's one of those things that it's very handy to have. You know, it's like an extension to the dashboard at this part. But this cobb access port is how I was able to get the car tuned. Thought I saw something there. And hit a little boost. Oh man. wants to throw you back in your seat. I love that spool. Oh my god. One of my favorite parts. This is my first turbo car, so you know, it's a very, very good platform in my opinion as a first turbo car. It's just something to get started in. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have your other hatchback options, but the GTI is one of those platforms that it's very hard to beat, again, in my opinion, with how much you get, how much car you can get for the money. This thing checks a lot of boxes in my opinion. Interior design is very good. The weight of the vehicle is great. You've got, of course, you've got the accessibility of the hatchback, meaning you have more storage room. Woo! Now, my only complaint when I first got this car was that it was very, very quiet. I put an aftermarket downpipe, and that kind of opened up the sound a little bit. But then I felt like there was little to no turbo sound. So what I went ahead and did was add a open air intake on the front there. Not sure if the camera can pick it up, but this thing is swooshing all over inside this cabin here, and I love it. It definitely made a pretty noticeable difference with sound. Power wise, these things, they're so good from factory with their stock airboxes that you don't necessarily need a aftermarket intake, but I guess it does help to have one with sound. And just, I feel like spooling wise, it did help a little bit. Oh, sweet. Do a quick downshift. Downshifting in this car is relatively easy, or rev matching. Oh man. Hitting those higher RPMs, you really start to feel that turbo just pulling much, much harder. Oh, I gotta watch out here. Slight uphill, incline, and with the amount of torque that this thing makes, it is no challenge. It's insane. Woo! So, 400 horsepower to the front tires and about 420 wheel torque. This thing is no slouch. On a 3,000 pound car, that is quite an experience. This car just wants to keep pulling, and with the stock turbo is very punchy, but you lose a lot of steam just after 4,500 RPM. With this, it wants to keep pulling all the way to 6 grand before it even starts to die off with its power. So it has definitely changed the power band much, much more. The actual brand is JD Eurosports, and it's a OEM Plus, or aka IS38 Plus, for those of you who want to get into specifics of which turbo I'm running on this car. But not to mention, guys, this is also the 6-speed transmission, which is the very unpopular transmission for this car. Most people, they want to get the automatic or the DSG because it's the dual clutch transmission and you have the paddle shifters here. While that is very great, when I purchased this car, I wanted to get the stick shift version because I wanted just to have more fun to drive. Sometimes it's not always about being the fastest, guys. While that is fun and, you know, hurting feelings and pulling on cars is a lot of fun, which I still am able to do in this. again, just having that stick shift is just one of those things that you just enjoy a lot more. One of the main differences to note is that with the 6-speed in this car versus the ESG version is that gearing is much longer on the 6-speed. I don't even need to full throttle this thing, just squeezing in there, just tapping into boost just a little bit, and it just throws you back already. Like, just that turn back there was insane. Oh man. Woo! Love it. Let's do a second gear. Coming into this corner here. By the way, this car has pretty good 9-3 grip and full throttle go. Oh my god. You can saw the little traction light blinking there, and it cut just enough power to get me through there. There's literally no torque steer in this car. Usually in cars like the Focus ST or the Mazda SP3, they're a lot more rowdy, but this thing takes it like a champ. Let's do one more pull here, and second gear. Open up the window for you guys so you can hear it, and 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! Amazing. Oh, I love this thing. But yeah, guys, it's a pretty good car. I have a lot of fun in this thing. If you don't already check out my other videos, you can see this in action versus other cars. We sometimes head out to Mexico for some roll nights and stuff like that, so definitely check that out. I will go ahead and give this car a proper cool down now before we head on out. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I love this steering wheel with the flat bottom, and this car is a very fun car. It's a blast to drive. It is definitely a lot of car for the money. I'm trying to see if I'm leaving out any other points here, but I mean, what more can I say? You know, you've got the light chassis, you've got the 400 horsepower and 400 wheel torque, you've got the power, you've got the torque, you've got the long gearing to match that. It is definitely a highway car where you can really put it to the test and, you know, surprise a lot of cars out there. Huh? Yeah, it's tuned. It's on 85. With the lowered look, the lighter wheels, I gotta say, I really love it. Thank you guys. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for sticking it out. This is my first video or car review of 2022. Hopefully I can bring you guys more of these in the near future. So yeah, appreciate it so much. Definitely check out my other videos if you want to see this car in action and see the mods and stuff like that. This is the milestone where it's at right now, and later on, if you do subscribe, you will see this car go through another transformation yet again, because we have some plans for it that's coming up very soon in the near future. So with that being said, guys, hope to see you on the next one. Peace.